From the Fox 26 studios, this is Houston's Morning Show.
In Health Watch, more evidence that eating ultra-processed foods is dangerous, even deadly. Dr. Michael Aziz is a regenerative medicine specialist and board-certified internist. Joins us now to talk more in depth about this. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Morning, Melissa. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, I tell you what, the new study, it's a global study, sounds like a real wake-up call, and it says eating ultra-processed foods is linked to an early death. Is that the case, or is that being overstated?
No, it's absolutely true. Many studies have shown when people eat ultra-processed food, there is increased risk of morbidity, mortality, increased risk for heart disease, cancer, and it's sad that Americans, 50% of our diet is processed food.
50%, that is a lot. What does ultra-processed food mean?
Well, processed food means it's food that is not natural. It means it's packaged. It has a lot of artificial ingredients. It may have artificial sweeteners. It may have those trans fats, nitrites, all the chemicals, all those colors that RFK just banned, and the list just goes on. And all those chemicals are bad for our DNA, our longevity, and it's linked to all types of diseases.
Well, walk us through some of those diseases and what you're most concerned about for someone who has a highly processed diet.
Well, the problem with processed food, potato chips, and all that stuff and all that junk food, it increases appetite. So people tend to gain weight, they have insulin resistance, they have diabetes, obesity, and then the risk for cancer goes up, the risk for heart attack, the risk for stroke, and the list just goes on and goes on. People can have fatty liver. It's just a list never ending. We can be talking about it all day and all night.
Oh, yeah. We're also talking about things you drink, too, like soft drinks, right? But then even fast food, even those frozen meals that some people may think that that's healthy, but you look at the chemicals and you realize, wow, that vegetable's not so healthy after all because of how they had to process it.
Yeah, it's very sad that people sometimes measure success by how many pounds they lost on their bathroom scale, and they don't realize that some of these types of food can also shave a few years of their lives because of all the chemicals. And now with the trend of keto and low carb, a lot of chemicals on those types of diet, bacon, sausage, all those chemicals are not good for us.
You know, one thing I hear from parents, we've done a lot of stories on school lunches and how to pack for your kids, is they say, well, I can't fill up my kid in their lunch, and you know, they'll be starving the rest of the day if I just put a salad and veggies in there. So they're putting sandwiches and chips and cookies to fill them up. Is it really realistic to say that you can cut out ultra-processed foods altogether?
I think it's impossible to cut ultra-processed food, but we have to be smart consumers. So if you go out during lunch break and there is no restaurants, only fast food, maybe go for a chicken sandwich and eat half the bread. Don't go for the French fries with all the trans fats. So you have to cut down the number of processed food, and if you go for something natural.
How can you tell the difference between a minimally processed or an ultra-processed food? Let's say you're at the grocery store.
If it's in a bag, it's probably processed. You don't even have to read the ingredients. But if you have to read the ingredients, it has to have a minimal amount of ingredients. Like I was just in Paris and I picked up a box of cookies that I wasn't going to buy, but it had just wheat flour and butter and milk. That's it. We pick up a box of cookies in New York or in the United States. It has like 100 chemicals. I don't know what they are. So really, ultra-processed food has a lot of chemicals.
So are you concerned if you're eating a small amount every day, or is this for somebody who's, like you said, the majority eating 50% a day?
I think we have to go for like 90-10, and again, those 10%, if you're active, if you're exercising, you should be okay if you're eating nutrient-dense food. But again, just eat small amounts, and especially no chemicals. The body knows how to use sugar. Like a little bit of white rice is okay, as long as you're active, you go on the treadmill. But if you eat French fries with all the chemical, the trans fat, the nitrite, that stuff has a cumulative effect, and it leads to cancer, which is not a good thing.
No, it is not. Dr. Aziz, thank you for your time today and sharing that expertise. It's a real wake-up call for what we put in our mouth. We are what we eat, as we always say. Good to see you.
Thank you.